Well, folks, we're visiting today with Cambrie Gerdes. She is the owner and founder of NEVA Creative Arts in Morgantown, West Virginia. Cambrie, thanks for being on the podcast today. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to learning more about you and your story.
Positively West Virginia. Positively West Virginia.
Positively West Virginia is powered by Breezeline high-speed fiber internet and sponsored by Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Kia of Morgantown, and Humble Influence. With the help of these sponsors, we're able to share the positive business stories of West Virginians, including the one from today's episode.
Cambrie, tell us a little bit about your business, NEVA Creative Arts. How did you get started and what do you do?
Yeah, well, NEVA Creative Arts is a company that offers dancing, singing, and acting lessons for local youth in the community, as well as events for adults in dancing, for ballroom dance and things like that.
Yeah.
I founded the company back in 2022 while I was still in school. I've always had a passion for the arts and grew up dancing, singing, and acting throughout my life. Originally, I thought I wanted to be a musical theater performer and go off and do the whole auditioning and that whole thing. But as I was growing up, I had the opportunity to teach kids and really fell in love with choreography and working with youth, and knew that I wanted to eventually go down that path. Yeah. So I decided I wanted to start the company. We are actually named after Neva Grace Knight, though. She is a young girl who I knew personally growing up, who sadly passed away from childhood cancer back in 2020.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, thank you. But I knew after my experience with her and, seeing how brave and strong she was, and she was such an inspiration to me. So I knew I wanted to do something as well to give back to her and the childhood cancer community. Yeah. So we decided to name the company after her. So we're NEVA Creative Arts Company after her. We donate a portion of all of our proceeds to the WVU Children's Hospital in her honor. And we try to do events and different things as well to give back to the childhood cancer community and their families. Yeah,
wow. That's a beautiful story and an honor to be able to have you share that on the show. How did you come to know NEVA?
She was a member of my church. Her family went to my childhood church growing up, so we knew them for many years before, good family friends. And
was that here in Morgantown?
Yes, it was in Kingwood, West Virginia, so not too far away from here.
All right.
Yeah.
So Cambrie, tell us, what's your background? Are you from West Virginia? Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Morgantown, so I'm born and raised Mountaineer. And have always been involved in the arts in Morgantown ever since I was little.
Yeah, amazing. I love that. And you went to WVU. Did you graduate with a degree from the Creative Arts Center?
Yes, I graduated. Dance. It was my degree. And then I also did entrepreneurship for a minor in strategic social media. So I did a little bit with the business college too.
Yeah, well, that's a perfect foray into your business then. Kind of prepped you a little bit for that.
Yeah,
so you've been in business a couple of years. Are you doing this full time?
Yes, we're running it full time.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah.
So how's it going?
It's going great. Right now we have over 100 students. So we've been really growing over the past couple of years. It's so much fun. I love what I do. Love teaching everyone and getting.
Where's your studio located?
We're on Don Knotts Boulevard in Morgantown. Okay. So right along the river
wonderful.
There.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So the business is going great. You're a couple years in. You're really rocking and rolling. You started the business part-time when you were a student.
Yes.
In 2022, and now you've been doing it for full-time for a couple of years. What's the thing you're most known for?
We're known for triple threat education, I guess is what we like to say. We want to have a studio where kids can feel like they can do a little bit of everything. That was always something that I was missing whenever I was growing up. I loved doing dancing, singing, and acting, but I had to go to...
That's the triple threat?
Yeah. I had to go to all these different places to be able to do that and to work on those things while I was here in town. So I wanted to make kind of like a hub for all of those things together so that kids that were interested in theater could feel like they could do everything at the same place.
Yeah, that's great, and that's what you're providing.
Yep.
That's wonderful. So when you meet somebody for the first time, what do you tell them that you do? What's your 30-second pitch?
Well, just that. I love working with kids. I love sharing the power of the arts. I think the arts has so many benefits, even if you don't plan on pursuing the arts as a career in the future. There's so many things that you can learn from arts activities, working together as a team, being creative and coming up with new ideas, self-confidence and being able to perform in front of large crowds and talk to people, and doing all those things I think makes such brave and strong individuals. So I think that along with arts education, we're able to provide those skills for kids. And then also we're giving back to the community in donating a portion of our proceeds to the Children's Hospital. That's something that's really important to us,
awesome.
And that we want to continue to do.
And WVU Medicine Children's here in Morgantown is just such an awesome, it's just an awesome gift to have. A children's hospital right in our backyard. I think we take it for granted sometimes, but the work that they do there is very profound and impactful, as you can attest for with your friend NEVA. So, all right, well, this is great. What's the thing you're most excited about for your creative arts studio right now?
We're excited to continue growing and offering new opportunities for kids. Recently this year, we just started a musical theater troupe, which is like a performance group of kids that has been performing locally in the community at different festivals and events to give kids more opportunities to perform and grow as artists.
That's wonderful. How did you come up with that idea?
I did a little bit of something like that when I was younger, but it was never in Morgantown. I always had to go somewhere else to participate in something like that. So I knew I wanted to do something so that more kids in Morgantown had that same opportunity, and just give kids more opportunities to perform and showcase their talents.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Now, when you were growing up or even going through college, did you think you would own a creative business like this, like NEVA?
Yes. Well, when I first entered college, I really did think I was going to try to do performing, and I thought, moving to New York City or doing the whole
Broadway,
that whole thing, that was my initial goal. But again, I really fell in love with teaching and giving back to the community, and also with the idea of running a business. I do like that side of things as well. So I did kind of pivot partway through college and knew I ended up wanting to do that, and then decided why not start it early.
I love it.
So
what is the geographic area that you serve? Where are your customers? Where are these kids coming from?
They're mostly Morgantown is a large majority. We do have some kids that come in from like the Bridgeport, Clarksburg, Fairmont kind of area that sometimes come down. I think there's someone from Grafton too. So we do bring in some like nearby outside community people. But
the core is right here in Montague County.
Yes, definitely.
Well, that's very cool. Do you have employees that are helping you along the way?
Yeah, I do have. I have a few other instructors. Heath Kale has. He's the artistic director of Morgantown Theater Company. So we actually work very closely with MTC, Morgantown Theater Company. And he is one of our acting instructors and is really great with the kids. They love him. We have a couple other instructors as well. Stephanie McWilliams does some ballroom dance classes for us. And we just hired a new tumbling instructor as well.
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
And so a couple new voice instructors too. So.
Now, what is the makeup of the kids and customers? Is it primarily young girls, or is it boys? Is it a combination? What are you seeing there?
It's actually a combination. Most of the time when you think of dance studio, you would think mostly girls. But through MTC and our partnership with the theater company, we've actually been able to bring in a lot of boys as well. So we have a mix of students. Which is really great to see.
I could see that with tumbling too, right? Is the getting fit and gymnastic moves and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's very cool. So, as it pertains to like NEVA and a couple of years in, what's the thing that has you like most excited right now?
I want to continue coming up with new ideas. We're actually offering stuff for adults as well. I know our main focus is for kids, but we're trying to
talk about that.
Expand and do some new things for adults. We do ballroom dance events on weekends sometimes throughout the year. which I've always heard people talking about being interested in that, but there's not a lot
How do you
going
get
on in
started?
Morgantown.
Can you just show up for
Yeah.
the first class?
Yeah, we have they're one-time events, so it makes it convenient for people to,
wow.
just drop in and try it out, and then if you
that,
like it, you
yeah.
can come back to the next one. But
Yeah.
it's super exciting.
How cool is that? All right, well, that's excellent. This is Positively West Virginia. We'll be right back. Stay connected with an unbeatable deal from Breezeline. Voted best in Mountaineer Country for their reliable, high-speed fiber internet for a low cost, Breezeline is the best gig in town. Here at InnerAction Media, we rely on high-speed internet every single day to ensure we can deliver the best content possible for our clients and when we publish Positively West Virginia each week. That's why we use Breezeline. It's affordable, fast, and they're great people as well. Learn more about Breezeline's internet, TV, and mobile options at breezeline.com.
Your prescriptions are designed to keep you healthy, active, full of life. At Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, we're making vital medicine more affordable. Because when your prescriptions don't cost an arm and a leg, you can use those limbs for something more meaningful. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, West Virginia.
Folks, we're visiting with Cambrie Gerdes. She's the owner of NEVA Creative Arts. Cambrie, again, I love your story, first of all. Thanks for doing what you're doing and giving back to WV Children's. I think that's awesome. How do you get the word out there these days? You mentioned you have a minor in entrepreneurship, with your theater background, running a business. How do you market yourself? What do you do?
Well, social media definitely plays a strong role in today's age with, how everyone is staying super connected through socials. So we definitely are very active on social media and spreading the word. Also, I think with a dance studio and with our type of business, word of mouth is also important. So once we brought in the people initially, now just helping people spread the word and let other people know about us. Referrals are great. So
that's great. In terms of growing the business, what's the highest level of challenge you're facing right now? Like, what's that look like?
I think anytime you try to break into a new market, that is the hardest challenge. So of course we have, kids are our primary market, but as we're trying to expand and offer things for adults and stuff too, that's a completely different audience to kind of break into. So that's probably the biggest challenge. But I think just continuing to try to spread the word, people that come to our events the first time, maybe refer a friend, doing things like that to help bring in people.
Can you describe the space that you have? Is it like a traditional dance studio? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a dance studio space. We actually share the space with Morgantown Theater Company. So part of our partnership is that we both are in that same space. So very connected to the arts with, we'll have in one room we have rehearsals going on for our next musical. And then the next room there will be training going on for dance. And maybe the next room has voice lesson going on. It's a very lively place, but lots of fun to be around. Yeah.
So when you think about your ideal customers, maybe these boys and girls, maybe it's a married couple that wants to take up ballroom dancing. What do you say to them about getting involved with the arts? What's the thing that you would like to get across to people?
Well, I always say that anyone can dance and anyone can be an artist. I think it can be really intimidating at first, especially, you think of some of these young boys coming in that are, maybe very, very new to the arts, and it can be a little bit scary. But I have seen so many kids, even starting a little bit later in life, maybe they start more in middle school, they didn't start from a very, very young age or high school. And I've seen them really take off and grow just from being passionate and working hard. So I think anyone can do it. You just have to put yourself out there. And we're here to help make that a fun, positive environment for anyone that's completely new or that maybe has done it before and just wants to keep getting better.
Whether it's music or dance or acting or singing, I think about the creative expression. It seems like as people we have all these different outlets for expressing our ideas, but from a creative expression, it's sometimes a little bit daunting. And that's where a company like NEVA can come in and help navigate those waters so that you can be more freeing and express your inner creativity. Is that kind of the point?
Yeah, of course,
it?
definitely.
Yeah, all right. So what's the vision you have long term for NEVA?
I'd love to keep, growing our class offerings, things like the troupe, starting different groups. We have this musical theater troupe, but maybe down the road we'll try to start like a choir or a band or different kinds of the arts, because we are NEVA Creative Arts, not just performing arts.
Yeah.
So I think that opens a lot of different avenues for things that we can go into.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Do you feel that, I've been asking this question a lot lately of people, but do you feel like this whole onslaught of technology, specifically artificial intelligence, how is that going to have an impact on the creative arts?
Well, I think if used the right way, it can actually enhance it even more.
How so?
I mean, sometimes it can be hard to take your ideas and put them on paper. So sometimes, you may be just writing, brainstorming and having something like AI to kind of bounce off of ideas. And
it's like a thinking partner.
Yeah,
that's the way
like
I use
thinking
it.
partner. Yeah. And even recently, we're going to be doing a show sometime in the spring, I think, for our musical theater group, and I've been using it to kind of think of different set design ideas and things like that. So I think that it can be definitely helpful, as long as
that's really cool.
Use the right way.
Yeah,
so,
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
I wasn't really planning to go down that path, but just where the conversation led. So thank you for sharing that. When you think about NEVA, like long term, what does that look like? I mean, we talked a little bit about like some maybe growing different categories or whatever. But what would you like to see happen?
I definitely want to reach more people, so continue to maybe that looks like if we continue to grow, opening a new space or something, and having multiple different locations or things like that. You never know where life is going to take you, but I'm definitely open to anything, and open to creativity and whatever new ideas might come up from myself or from people that I work with. I want to continue to grow. I never want to stay stagnant, so I'm always trying to think of new ideas and new things to get into.
One of the missions that I am on, especially starting Positively West Virginia, is to encourage young people such as yourself to start businesses here in West Virginia, because we often hear that there's not a lot of opportunity for employment, career path, et cetera. We don't have any Fortune 500 companies based here in West Virginia, so it seems like we have this brain drain. But I, for one, am extremely happy that you decided to stay here in West Virginia to start your business. I think you're doing some really cool things. What's it like to grow up here and then now be a business owner in West Virginia?
Well, I think West Virginia has a very unique sense of community that a lot of other places don't have. Traveling and going other places even, and I'll run into someone that's wearing a West Virginia University hat or something, and there's this instant connection and bond that you have, even if you've never met them before. You just know, oh, they're from West Virginia. And it's
Let's go.
Yeah, so it's a sense of community that is very strong, and I think it's it makes it very meaningful to have a business here where I can better serve the people that I've grown up with all my life, and continue to inspire the next generation to do this, to do the same thing.
Yeah, I love where your heart's at on that. This is Positively West Virginia. We'll be right back. In a world obsessed with leadership, what if the real key to success is followership? We hear it all the time. Be a leader, take charge. But what if the most impactful people aren't the ones leading from the front? In Humble Influence, I explore how humility, collaboration, and shared purpose empower followers to create meaningful change in business, organizations, and relationships. Discover the strength of true followership with Humble Influence. Folks, we're visiting with Cambrie Gerdes. She's the founder and owner of NEVA Creative Arts in Morgantown. Cambrie, you're a business leader now. Whether you set out to do that or not, you're running a business here. You're helping you really shape young people and actually adults as well here in the local business community in Morgantown. What's one thing that you think is the most important trait of an effective business leader today?
I think perseverance is probably the best trait to have.
Yeah.
It definitely takes a lot of hard work and a lot of motivation and drive. And, there's going to be times where it gets difficult. But just being able to continue on through that and adapt to whatever might be going on. Is
What do you
important.
how do you pull that, the perseverance in yourself? How do you tap into that?
Yeah, well, I've always been a little bit of a perfectionist growing up. So I've always really just strived to do my best whatever I might be doing, even if I might not be the best at first. I know that I'm going to try whatever I can to get where I need to go.
Yeah.
So I think the arts have also taught me how to persevere. And as artists and actors, and when you audition for things, you do face rejection. And as business owners, I think you also face that every day too. So the lessons that I learned from the arts, I think could be applied to that.
That's great. The show must go on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's great. Well, what would be a piece of advice you would give to somebody thinking about starting a business here in West Virginia? Maybe it's a young person. Maybe they're in school still. And because I've heard a lot of great stories lately about young people that are starting these businesses in college, and they walk out of the with their degree, their sheepskin or whatever, and they're already up and running. So what would be a piece of advice you would give to somebody thinking about starting a business here in West Virginia?
I would say, don't give up, even when maybe one idea doesn't work out perfectly. You can always try another one.
Yeah.
And that goes back to that perseverance idea. Just keep going. Some things maybe won't work out the first time, but that doesn't mean that it won't work out the second time, or that there's not another idea out there to go after. So just go for it. If you want to be a business owner, it's definitely possible.
I love it. That's great advice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your how people can get plugged in to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, from the kids' perspective, how do they? What's the best barrier or entry point? Not a barrier, but an entry point for somebody out there hearing this, saying, "Hey, I want to get my son or my daughter involved."
Yeah, our website is nevacreativearts.com. So all of our classes are available to register through that. We do post a lot of things on both Facebook and Instagram. NEVA Creative Arts Company. NEVA Creative Arts is our Instagram handle. So you can always follow us on there. We post about any new things that are happening, and we have an email list and things that you can join through those. So yeah, if you're interested, you can find us on any of those platforms.
Is it typically the child that's pulling mom or dad or both to say, "Hey, I want to do this," or is it mom and dad saying, "Hey, come on, let's try something"?
I think probably typically mom and dad.
Yeah.
There definitely are kids, though, that are all of our kids have really continue to amaze me with how passionate they are for the arts. We have so many kids that are just, you can tell they just love it and love being there, which makes my job so much fun when they love it. So I think it's probably a little bit of both, for sure.
Oh, very cool. Now, how about from the adults segment and the adult clients? What's in it for them? How do they get connected with you?
Same thing. Everything's all in one place through
Ballroom
our website.
Dancing is the main thing right now.
Yes, we do that. We've done some swing dancing too,
right.
So different events like that. You can look out for those on Facebook. Our website has registration and sign-ups for those events as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. We'll make sure we have links to all that in the show notes and on social media. Cambrie, we've covered a lot in this interview. Is there anything else you think our listeners should know about you, your personal story, or that of NEVA Creative Arts?
Well, we've shared a lot, but we're open for all people. We, like I said before, I think dance and singing and acting and the arts can be for everyone. So, even if you have a kid that maybe hasn't done it ever before, or if you're an adult that is interested in trying something new and a fun new date night idea.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Don't ever, be or stop yourself from coming if you've just never done it before, because we're here to help. We want to create a positive and fun and uplifting environment for everyone, so that everyone feels like they can participate in the arts. And we'd love to have you.
I love it. Cambrie, I'm just sitting here thinking of your business and how you got started, and I think you're off to a great start, and you're destined to do great things. Our guest again is Cambrie, Cambrie Gerdes with NEVA Creative Arts. It's been an honor to have you on the podcast today to learn more about you and what you're doing, and your friend NEVA, who you've dedicated this business to, and a portion of the proceeds funding and going to WVU Medicine Children's Hospital here in Morgantown. I think what you're doing is really great, and I just want to encourage you to keep up the excellent work that you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you for being here today to share your story. Folks, that's a wrap on another episode of Positively West Virginia. If you or someone you know would be a great guest on our show, drop us a line on our website at positivelywv.com. And of course, we appreciate your notes of encouragement, your reviews, and sharing these great stories of those like Cambrie Gerdes and NEVA Creative Arts here in Morgantown, West Virginia. Help them get the word out by sharing these stories and expose more boys and girls for sure to the arts, singing, dancing, and acting. What did you call that? The big three?
Triple threat.
The triple threat.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so good. On behalf of our entire Positively West Virginia team, including our producer today, Mr. Jimmy Murray behind the controls, I'm your host, Jim Matuga. Stay positive, West Virginia.
We'd like to thank our partners, Highmark West Virginia, Freedom Kia of Morgantown, InnerAction Media, Humble Influence, and our studio sponsor, Breezeline, for helping to share these positive stories. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the Positively West Virginia podcast, visit positivelywv.com/sponsor.